Hi, I'm Darlene O'Brien. I am on the board of directors with A Touch of Understanding, and as I think back over the years that I have been with the organization, we've had so many impactful stories about the impact that we've had on the kids. There's one in particular that I love so much that I'd like to share it with you today. There was a day that A Touch of Understanding arrived on an elementary school campus, and we were to present the workshop to second graders. And how the program works, if you're not familiar with it, it's a two-part program. We take half the second graders, say there are 100 kids. We take half the kids and we have them in a classroom or the library where we have 4 or 5 speakers with disabilities sharing their stories with the kids. The other half of the kids, the other 50, are in a great room or cafeteria or multi-purpose room. And we take those kids and we divide them into smaller groups. They then move through and rotate through what we call stations. We have a wheelchair station, a vision station where the kids learn about Braille. They walk with their eyes closed with a white cane to simulate what blindness would be. We have a learning disability station to simulate what it would be like to be in the classroom and to maybe have dyslexia. We also have an autism component station. And there's another station we have where we have prosthetic devices and orthopedic devices. And these are the things we show the kids that if somebody is missing a limb or has a hard time walking on their own, these are the devices they use. It's at this station that the story begins. There was a little second grader named Emily who was at this station with her peers. And as our staff member was talking about the devices and picking them up and demonstrating what they do, Emily raised her hand and said, I actually have braces like that on my legs. And so our A Touch of Understanding staff member asked her if she would be comfortable sharing a little bit more about it, and she did. And at that moment, she rolled up her pant legs, her little jeans, and showed her peers in the group the braces that she had on her legs. And the other kids noticed that she also had scars on her legs. And the kids asked her about it, and she just blossomed and opened up and told them about physical therapy and the surgeries that she had, and she called on all of them individually with all of their questions, and they had a lot for her. And it was a magical moment, not only for Emily, but for her classmates. And so we chalked it up as another great workshop, and we were pleased to see that we had that impact on Emily, but that's not where the story ends. The following Monday, we were there on a Friday. The following Monday, we received an impassioned phone call from one of Emily's teachers. And this is what she told us. She was in tears as she told the story, because at recess time earlier that day, the teacher observed Emily, this little second grader who walks with braces on her legs and a walker. She moved towards a tetherball line. Now at this particular school, tetherball was all the rage. So much so that they had the beginner circle, the intermediate circle, and the advanced tetherball circle. And you had to know what level you were in order to play. But Emily never played. She never stood in the line because she couldn't physically compete. But since A Touch of Understanding was there the prior Monday, something shifted. And there she was in line. So this particular teacher called other teachers over, and they watched what was unfolding. Emily moved her way up through the line with her walker. Soon she was at the beginning of the line. She stepped into the tetherball circle, and she pushed her walker over to the side and got down on her knees because she can't support her own weight without her walker. And at that moment, the little boy who was her opponent got down on his knees. And that's how they played out the match. And all the other kids in the line, instead of yelling, hey, that's not school rules, we don't play like that, they understood. Having gone through A Touch of Understanding, they saw Emily as their classmate, their peer, a friend. And nobody questioned that that's how she had to play, so that's how they were going to play. we were so intrigued and moved by this particular story that we followed up with the teachers days gone by and then weeks gone by later, and she played tetherball every recess, and every opponent she played, it was understood, got down on his or her knees and they played the match. It's the most moving story to me because I think it encapsulates the shift that takes place when we come to the campus. They knew Emily before we got there. They were friendly to her, but something changed in how they saw her as one of their own after we were there. And they treated her like an equal. And that's the impact we have when we come to the schools. So thank you for letting me share my favorite story with you.